Sir is Scientist D and Joint Director in the Service Sector Department BIS. He has over 9 years of distinguished experience at the Bureau of Indian Standards, contributing extensively to standardization and certification activities. Beginning his career as a certification officer at Guwahati branch office, he worked with diverse product and BIS certifications before moving into standardization. Over to you, sir.
Good morning, all of you. Before starting my presentation, I would like to thank CDAC, Bangalore and the CCA office for inviting me to give a talk on standards and what we are doing right now and what we are going to do in the future. So my presentation is all about standards, and I have gone through 2 sessions this morning, and I have seen that lots of work is being taking place in the area of digital signatures and electronic signatures. And so my contribution for today's today's event will be like to sensitize you what standards we are developing in this area of digital signature, and how the audience here can also be part of the standard formulation process. And you can also suggest some topics and areas where if you feel that the standards are required in this area. And I will show you the list, all the developments which we are taking place in my presentation, and you can also go to those lists. And if you feel that there are any areas where you can give the proposal of having standardization, that you can give. So we'll start with the presentation. So initially we will talk about BIS, and I think most of might be knowing BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards. And then we'll go through some introduction of standards, what is auto standards, and what other standardization has been taken place in area of electronic signature services, and what is the future roadmap, and how it will benefit you if you participate in the standardization. So with this, I will conclude my presentation. So a quick introduction of BIS. So it is a national standard body of India. So we have given this status of National Standards Body of India through BIS Act 2016, and before that we used to known as ISI. In the Act 1986 of BIS, so we got the statutory status, and now we are the National Standards Body of India. So we have several branch offices and regional office all over the India, and the main headquarters at New Delhi. And we have a branch office in Bangalore as well, in Pinya industrial area. So these are the areas which we basically work as a BIS. So our main core activities is standardization, and then followed by conformity assessment also we do on the standards which we publish. And we, in order to to see how the standards are successful, so we also have this laboratories to test the standards which we have formulated. And most of you are aware of this hallmarking, the gold hallmarking. So we also provide this hallmarking services, and we do have this training center at NITS. So where regarding to all these activities, we provide training at Noida, New Delhi, sorry, UP. So a small question, can anybody say what are the standards? So you have any idea what are standards? I think you must be knowing, but there is some, as per the ISO Directive 2, there is an official definition of a standard. So if anybody has any idea what is the standards? Okay, no issues. So as per the ISO Directive 2, so standards are nothing but a document which are established through consensus. So consensus means whether if you write any sentence or a line in a standard, it has to be approved by all the stakeholders who are involved in the process of the standardization. That can be yes or no. So for everything, there should be consensus, and it is approved by recognized body. Like in India, it is BIS. And what standards provide? They provide us the common and repetitive use, so that every day you can constantly you can use the same standard, or for suppose for a production of a water bottle or production of a packaged drinking water. So there are a set of rules mentioned how we have to produce these things. So, and it also provides guidelines and or characteristics for activities or their results aimed at the achievement of optimum degree of order in a given context. So there are several types of standards. One is product standard, and there are also code of practices, terminology standards, and the process specification, service specification, and test methods, as well as system and dimensions, etc. So you must be knowing standards are normally voluntary in nature. So it's the up to the regulatory bodies or line ministry to make it mandate. In this case, if it is when we are developing standards on digital signatures, so we are whatever we are developing, those standards are voluntary in nature. It's up to the CCA office of MIT to make it mandatory that this has to be followed by the Indian industry. Like in this case, CS, they have to follow these standards, and it is established by the all the interested parties. Here, next in the next slide, you'll show who are the interested parties in development of the standards. And basically, standards are industry driven, and they are drafted by the technical experts, and it is approved by a recognized independent standardization body. Again, in this case, it is BIS. So these are the stakeholders. So whenever a standard is developed, it is developed through a committee. So the committee has one chairperson and a member secretary from BIS, and it is represented by various stakeholders. So in the slide, you can see we have industry associations, and we have suppliers, experts, and we have academias, we have government bodies, consumers, and PSUs. And we try to have all kinds of stakeholders so that nobody is felt left out and everybody's point of view is put in the standard. So normally development of standards are through two process. One is indigenous standards we call, and other is adoption of standards. So adoption of standards can be from other SDOs or like ISO, IAC, ITSI, and you can ANSI. All standards we try sometimes ASTM standard also we try to adopt. So when we do adoption, we try to make sure that are in line with the Indian scenarios and in line with the Indian laws, rules, and regulations. So it's not like that simply some ISO standard is published and we try to adopt those as an Indian standard. Yes, if we feel that everything which is provided in the standard is as per the Indian context, we written as it is. And sometimes we feel that for example, when we adopt any test method standard, so we have to see the environmental conditions, related humidity conditions. Suppose those standards are formulated in European countries. So in Indian conditions and their conditions, the temperature is varies very much. So we have to make sure that those kind of small requirements, we have to see that it is in line with the Indian scenario. And as I told you that the standards are developed by the sectional committees we have, and secretariat is also is with the BIS, and it is responsible for the management of all the standard development process and all those things. So this slide shows you the stages how standards are formulated. So we receive a new work item proposal. So again here, new work item proposal can be submitted by anybody. Those who are sitting here, you can also propose a new subject to BIS. Then it is up to the we will see that the subject which you have proposed, is there any existing standard is there available, or if we feel that if there are no standards available at present, so what we do is that we will take those subjects to the concerned committees, and those concerned committees will review the proposal. And if the committee feels that this is a good and we can take up as an Indian standard, then the actual process of standard formulation starts from the preparatory stage, where we call it as a working draft. So where we draft the standards, and we constitute a dedicatedly experts where they take up this subject and they sit together and draft each and every line of the standard. Then it is circulated to the committee who is responsible for the development of standards, so that they can also give their point of view on the standards. So this stage we call it as a preliminary draft stage. Then it is gone to the approval stage, we call it as wide circulation stage. So once the committee approves the document that okay, this standard is now okay, then it is sent to the public comments. So public means apart from the committee members. So it will be documents will be hosted in the public domain, and all the relevant stakeholders can go through the document and they can provide their comments, and it's the committee or the panel who looks up those comments, and if they feel that it can be incorporated in the document, then they can they will incorporate. Once this all stages is completed, then we will publish it as an Indian standard. So right now we have 17 division councils, which is looking up to the various sectors of like electrical, electronics, mechanical, chemical, civil, all those sectors constitute 17, and we have 386 committees, and so these are the numbers just you can see. And right now at present we have developed more than 22,000 Indian standards, consisting of all product standards, method of test, code of practice, guidelines, and vocabularies. So we now move to the area of my presentation where we are doing the standardization. So we have one committee of IT and IT-enabled services under Service Sector Department of BIS, and that committee has created a panel, digital signature panel. We number that as SSD10P4. And this panel is responsible for the formulation of standards in the field of electronic signature service, or digital signature, you can say. And this panel is convened by Mr. Vijay Kumar in personal capacity. Earlier, he used to work with eMudra. And we have co-convener also, Mr. Dineshan Sharma. He is Director SSI. And I'm the member secretary for this particular panel. And you can see the list of the experts who are in this panel. It starts from the CCA office. We have Mr. Deepak Kumar from CDAC Bangalore. Dr. Balaji is there. And from NPL, we have Mr. Ashish Ranjan. And Glyph from Glyph India, we have Mr. Vikas Kumar. From IDRBT, Dr. VN Sasri. From Zoho Corporation, we have Mr. Subramanian, Infineon. And you can see in this particular panel, we have government, we have regulatory bodies, we have the CS, and we have academia, and we have even in personal capacity. So again, here we are trying to have a composition of covering all these stakeholders. Now, coming to the published standards by BIS. So this particular slide covers the standards which we have published in the field of electronic signature. So there are several standards, and I have segregated as per the year in 2025 what standards we have published, and followed by the following years. So you can see the titles. First is in the present year, we have published a standard on general policy requirements for trust service providers. And we have also published standards on cryptography suits. And we have standards on, in order to have the common terminology in the field of electronic signatures, we formulated a standard which covers all the definitions and abbreviations of electronic signatures. Then we have standards for ADS, digital signatures, and uh, and uh, and policy and security requirements for applications for signature creations, signature validations. And for the healthcare documents, digital signatures, there are also some standards which falls under category of health informatics. And you can see the list. There are several standards. So I think this slide will be shared with you all after this. And there is one attachment here. You can see this attachment. And this attachment will let you know what exactly this all standards all about, and what exactly the scope of the standard, what these standards covers. Everything is mentioned in this particular uh, attachment. And these are the work which are under process now, and there are at several stages. As I told you that there are, in my previous presentation I covered, we have wide circulation, we have peer draft circulations. So wide circulation is that it has completed the public consultation. So the serial number 1, 2, 3 you are seeing in the slide. So they have completed the public consultations, and now it will be processed for the publications as we have completed this stage. And rest, serial number 4, 5, 6, you can see it is with the committee now. So the committee will review the document, and we have the main core document which we have taken here is the standards of ITSI. So ITSI is the European Telecommunications Standard Institutions, and they are one of the standard body where they have dedicatedly uh, publish several standards on digital signature. So what we thought of is that in order to need not to reinvent the wheel, so we thought that we will take this as a base document, and we have gone through the each and every line of this its document, and we thought that wherever our Indian scenario, like IT Act, or wherever we feel that our Indian contents should be there, there we have modified it, and we have made it as a indigenous kind of a standard. So these are several other standards where we are working upon. So again, these are also at the pre-draft circulation stage. So what are the standards future roadmap, we can say? So right now we have work upon near about 20-25 standards, and there are more than 30 subjects for the in future we are going to take up as an Indian standards. Again, you have attached an Excel sheet here. Again, you can see the list, and you can, if you want, I can show the list also. I think for this, I think I have to uh, how to open this. I'm not able to open this. I have to. So the color coding is as per the work which we have done till now. After this, yeah. So these are the areas if you which are not highlighted. This we are going to take up in future, the areas of standardizations. So there are more than 20-30 standards which we take up in the future. So coming back to the presentation, uh, yeah. So right till now we have covered what are standards, how we develop standards, and what are the standards under digital signatures, what we have published till now, what are the development, and what is our future roadmap. This is my conclusion slide, you can say. So, what are the benefits of participation in standardizations? So, you can be the part of the standard development process, and you will be acknowledged. One in after every standards, we mention the names of the members who have contributed in the formulation of the standards. So, through that, you can get the recognition and in the development of national standardization body, and also you can get the access to know the what are the industry trends happening. So all the experts from the industry also they will participate in the standard formulation, so you can have a a one-to-one discussion with them to know the what exactly happening in the current industry. And you will also have insights of emerging technologies and opportunity to contribute there as well. Again, you have this, networking with the professionals, and we can also have, exposure to the technical and regulatory business knowledge, and what are the challenges industry are facing, and what are the innovations we will get to know. So, so these are the some of the advantages if you become the part of the standardization process. Yeah, this is one slide where you can see this. We have I have given all the important links which is related to the standardization. And if you want to propose, if you want to down, what the program of work is nothing but it will provide you the list of all the standards that a particular committee has published, and also it will give the information of the standards which are under development, and then you can also download the standards. So right now, BIS is providing free standards. All indigenous standards which BIS has developed are free standards. You can download it for free. When it is if it is a ISO standard or ISC standard, those are publications. So in order to respect the copyright issues, so we charge those standards, but at a minimum rate. But if you see, indigenous standards are free of cost, so you can download. So many of here are from academia, and some are PhD scholars also. So if they want to see, understand the standard, you can download. And also, as I told, that anybody can propose a new standard. So if you feel that you can propose any standard, so there is a link is given here. So if you click on this link, it will take to a page where you can develop, you can propose the any standard which you want. And we also have this R&D projects. Again, if you want to, and here there is one, you can say a checkpoint to take any R&D project. First thing is that you should be a member of the committee or the member of the BIS, or there are few institutions of IITs, NITs, where we have this MOUs. So those faculties also take up this R&D projects. And you have this provision to comment on the white selection tab. So we have also provided here link. So if you want to become a member of any committee, again, there is one link here. You can click on this link and you have to register yourself, and you can, based on your expertise, and you can see what are the committees that are there in the BAS. So you can provide your membership request to this link. I think that's it from my side. I'm happy to take any questions if you have. There are two questions. Two members are raising their hand. Yeah.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Ramlingeswar KV, founder of Niram. My question is related to, you have mentioned about participating in standards. So if the person takes the membership,
Yeah.
is nothing but participation.
See, membership, it's not like that. Membership in BIS is like you have to pay some money and you become membership. It's a free of cost, first of all. You can become member of any committee based on your expertise, first of all. And the committee will, whenever you give any request to become a membership to any committee, though, then you will be invited for that meeting. And they will be asking your expertise, how you can contribute to that committee. If the committee feels that, yeah, you can be part of this part, you can be given suppose. And one more thing here is that we have this limitation of 30 to 35 organizations in a particular committee. So if that 30-35 is exceeded, then you will giving the provision of becoming a member of any panel, so which actually works on the document. So once there is a vacancy in the committee, then you can be, kind of a promotion, you can say, become the member of the committee. And if there is a vacancy in the committee, definitely you can become a part of the committee. And once you become the part of the committee, then you can contribute in the standardization process by attending the meetings and by providing comments on the document, and even also you can take the responsibility of a drafting of the standard as well. And it's all voluntary work. Yeah.
On the website, the request is available.
Yeah. The link which I have showed in the previous slide, right? Yeah, this one. It will take you to that membership request link. So you can click on this. I think you will be provided this PPT. So you can explore this, and if you have any issues, I will provide my card. You can connect me. I will help you in providing the membership requests. There is other question. Yeah.
Santhosh, good morning, and myself,
Good morning.
Brahmananda Prabhu from CDAC.
Yes.
I have a question which is related to the hardware security.
Hardware security. Yes.
Yeah, this is in foreign they have a certification body like FIPS 140-2 and -3 and everything. Is there India is working towards which is equivalent to that for any hardware that can be standardized and also tested in India?
Yeah, one thing, sir, BIS has, as I told, there are 17 technical departments, So the hardware security is dealt by electronics and IT department of BIS. So you can see the program of work of that particular department, and you can see what are the standards they have published. So as I am from service sector department, so I am limited with my department knowledge. There are more than 22,000 standards, So it is difficult for me to remember what are the standards or other departments have published. So my request is you that you just go through this program of work link, and you can see the standards in this particular area that BI has published. And for every committee, there will be a member secretary. Like I am member secretary for this committee. You can contact that person, and you can have the interaction. What are the standards that are developed by the BIS in this particular area? So this is how you can get into the information of this regarding this area you're asking.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? You have a question? You have a question? No.
Actually, there are several standards related to cryptography. Most are from the NIST. As India, as a country, we also have certain kind of such standards which are more specific to the India and needs of the India.
Yes, sir. As I told you that first thing is that we try to develop indigenous standard. Okay. So if we don't have an indigenous, right now, if we don't have any indigenous standards, if there are any international standards, which are also in line with the Indian scenario, you can say to harmonize this. Basically, IT area is to harmonize with the international standardization also. So we take up those standards and we try to change those standards as per the Indian requirements. So one thing you can, as I suggested, if you feel that there are some gap areas where we feel we should have standards in this particular area, so you can propose a NWIP to us, and we can take up those subjects and we can have the standards.
Okay,
Good
thanks.
morning, sir. I think Arvind sir is also chairperson of one of the sectional committees of BIS. Yeah. 17, sir? LITD 17? Yeah. Any other questions? If there are no questions, then I conclude my presentation. Thank you. Thank you for participating and asking questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Dr. Mohammad Misbauddin, sir, to present a memento to our speaker as a token of appreciation. Thank you, sir.